Charles Davis. Let's get it going, shall we? We are underway from Houston. They'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all day long. This guy, it's hard to pull off.
It's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And Stroud now to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Third down and 6.
Complete to Dalton Schultz. It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 6.
Stroud looking to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stroud off the play fake. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Incomplete on the
Here's second and 10.
It leads to second and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. Short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to have it on the first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Stroud now. He's got it to Collins, complete. In the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get 4 there at the 12-yard line. Here's a second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 12-yard line.
Well, fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. A long opening drive, a very successful opening drive. When it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows. They couldn't stand up here to give them the touchdown. But you know, the knockout is there, and they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big, so goes the field. He can take off and run.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
And this one is going to be knocked in.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
They'll run. This is Bashir Turton. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown! Big play there. 61 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here. You hit it with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kicks away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Complete. It's Collins. That's the 35. He'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 50. Second catch for him today. He'll run down the first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to lose yardage here. 2 yards to loss, second and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. He's inside the 15-yard line. Mixing up the middle. And they'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal blocking the ball. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And trouble trying to middle here. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. It comes up again with a pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now Stroud. As he throws there, incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Find the open man. That's complete. And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Texans for first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the bootleg, Stroud. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and goal.
Now Stroud going to battle forward on the touch pass. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Again, it's Stroud. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A 20-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
Credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Pass incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. They'll up there with the grab over the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive back in another zone.
So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Hunter now will go in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Shifts by him. And they'll wind up getting this one way down inside the 20. 90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. On play action, Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 9-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
That's another Jaguars 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
And he's got his man on strike. Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out, and he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride, he's able to take it into the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So the drive lines up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. When you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too bad.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're 1, 2 plays, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. We also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Stroud. Taking a shot for Delaware. This is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. Touchdown, 50 yards. And the Texans are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, didn't they? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone, and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. They're good. And it's now 17-14. Taking the touchdown. Here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be a Jaguars first down as they get this up to about the 42.
And the Jaguars first down. First and 10.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
114 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And it goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Lawrence on the sneak. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Lock it the motion man right. A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence on play action. And he's going to be taken down for another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Jaguars first down. A gain of 15. First down, Jacksonville.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 24-yard line.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. It's outside at the screen. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. Well, bring the ball and cut up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. And the Texans scoop it. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard. Credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense and the analysts.
That's perfect.
And the Texans set to come on the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they move the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Turton will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
They'll try here for the extra point. It's been good to make it 21-17. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Houston set to take over. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down or continue to break that pace of offense. You know what, then? The people in the crowd, they're giving money's worth right now.
The fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They just tally them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he will lose yards here at the 31-yard line. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a run up the middle of Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Stroud. From left side complete. That's Schultz. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 13. And they'll start on the ground, ETN. And that will blow up quickly. And he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Lawrence. Left side complete to Lockett. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. We'll try to do this himself. Able to get this one just shy of the 25 at the 24. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
A gain of 14. And the Jaguar first down.
Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
2nd and 5.
Douglas on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up
Play action. It's Lawrence.
at the 29-yard line.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll get it in just short of the 45 at the 44. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
A gain of 15. First down, Jacksonville.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And Thomas has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 47-yard line. His second down of the yard.
At the 47-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. And he's got this down the yard just shy of 40 before he's out of bounds.
Gain of 8. That's another Jaguars first down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Now he'll take this and run. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
34-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the
Now Lawrence. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Lawrence's pass.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Lockett, the man in motion. It's complete to Lockett. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's a screen pass. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7th. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and he'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Stroud to throw it. They'll drop this one down to Nixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come to 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's man down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Dumps it off to Mixon. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that time on the horizon, there'll be other timeouts from here forward. Throwing now is Stroud. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to have enough So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had so far. He's up across the 25 and down to 28. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys go to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be a license to take some shots downfield.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. He hits his target, Lockett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Jaguars.
On play action, Lawrence. A short throw there is Strange. And he's across midfield from one 49 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. Just across the midfield stripe. Here's a second and 8. They'll look to throw again. Manning, he hits him in stride. Lawrence's pass. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's third and 3.
Brings up third and 3.
Back to throw again. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have the Jags first down. And he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on third and 3.
That's good for a Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Quick throw out to Lockett. Now second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Lockett, the man in motion. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delayed game.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check down in pregame and make sure you're aware. So you don't run into penalties like these.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he should be able to put him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Texans take over.
Here's the Texans offense now running for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud. Looking for the outlaw here. It's completed to Cook. There's a second and 2 now from the 33.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
so they'll march backwards on the penalty there.
I don't know about you, partner. I thought that was maybe a little bit of a ticky-tack type of a call. Was that a clear block in the back when he got his man off balance? I thought that was a tough one.
7 yards there on the first down.
A 7-yard gain. And the Texans first down.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. There he goes left side. And he brings this one. A fumble return for the Jacksonville score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right there in the middle. It's up to 18 now. The scoop score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. This one, now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, maybe with an almost perfect second half and down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Eric Stingley. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
Lawrence will throw. Now he goes straight, and it's complete. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Jaguars first down. A gain of 13.
Lawrence. And he's got it. Touchdown Jaguars. Brian Thomas, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way the season is starting.
Down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Juke. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to from zone defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Inside handoff to Nixon. And his rough afternoon
come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Returnable for Lockett. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. They're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it up a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84, and on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might have locked it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And now out comes Houston.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start driving from deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they got to get a nice drive and help them save drive.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Texans first down.
And Stroud now to throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we're in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here goes Stroud again. That's complete to Dillon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out of the shotgun, they run to Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line of the game. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Stroud. That's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Now a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the
I'd love to know, and we'll find out later on. Was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
In motion right here, Hunter. Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. In motion right is Thomas. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that one too wide and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's Stroud. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 2. Well, fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They run forward, Mixon. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 46.
They go play action now. Lawrence. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd.
Lock at the man in motion. Now Lawrence. It is good. It's target. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Give him 5 on the carry. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
3rd and 4.
Here's Lawrence. He'll try to do this himself. And he's able to pick up the first down. He's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of the game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They've prepared for him to try and take off.
Now they show jet sweep it instead. Right up the middle here. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. All right, so they'll march backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they'll make it 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Now Lawrence. They set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Little on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they haven't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter. Sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late.
And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A final return for Jacksonville score. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one was able to as they just so not only the cough, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Nice run past the 30-yard line there. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw onside is going to be caught by Kirk. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
First down.
Stroud to throw it. Got his man down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45.
Hand off to Mixon. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over the lines. It's in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dodd. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. And a short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Texans first down.
time. Now Stroud will throw it. Oh, dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Stroud. On the slant, here's Collins. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
A gain of 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Stroud. And tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights. This one was early a while ago as they just got onto that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense and receiver Tank Dell getting set to take over again. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Knocking down at the 49. 71 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down. Operating from the gun. Stroud. Sideline throw. It's complete. Nice shot there. Keeping the toes inbounds.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Here's a give to Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun. Completes it to Cook over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, and it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Jaguars, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
this. Hey, you can't stop this. You can't stop this. I had a dream, and now I live it. Ain't it a gift to know it's God-given? I'm not gonna waste it. Stop wasting your breath. Stop speaking in whispers. Say that with your chest. I feel it in my bones. Won't bring me down, no, not even close. Go ahead and throw your stones, but you can't stop it. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. You won't break me, I won't back down. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt, this life ain't got no ceiling like. You won't break me, I won't back down. I just can't shake this feeling like I'm up so high. I got no doubt, this life ain't got no ceiling like. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. You can't stop this.
B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, you a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and they all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on the beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show 'em the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes, joke, don't look shattered like broke glass. I'ma shine till they blind, pour the blinds out. You online making threats, make 'em sign out. I redefine routes, we the ones Chris Webber call a timeout. Around and find out. Around and find out.
Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with. The menu on the left lets you adjust your league settings and where to start your franchise. Preseason,
He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good.